Hello everyone, the Green Scorpion here, and welcome to episode 5 of the Green Scorpion's Q&A. As usual, you guys want to ask me questions? Click on the link in the video description and ask your questions in that video. It's been a while since I've actually done one of these, but that's because I've been so busy, but now I have some time, so let's get right into it, shall we? The first question comes from two people, RBDude98 and Advaki. Do you have any non-video game projects planned? I do. Not right now or anything like that, but I do want to basically get a firm foundation with the whole video game countdowns that I'm doing right now, which I guess I kind of have. But as for non-video game reviews, I do have some ideas that I can think of, but the problem with that is there's a bigger risk with non-video game reviews in terms of copyright issues, and I think a lot of people know that. That's why the Autarch of Flame went to Blip as well, because now he can do non-video game countdowns pretty much without fear of copyright issues, like, at least on Blip TV, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I do have some plan, maybe the top 10 Batman villains, or the top 10 animes that I like, or something like that. I don't know. It's something that I'm probably going to think about much later. Alright, this next question comes from Explosion352. Are you a ninja? I will respectfully decline to answer that question. Next question comes from a bunch of people. I am White97, Jokin Hahaha, a straight theater geek, and Gamer Gustavo. What's your opinion on the Wii U? I'm worried about it, personally. I mean, I saw the demonstration at the E3. I didn't go personally to the E3, but I saw, like, what the deal was and everything. And the games look good for it. It's finally supporting games from other consoles, the Xbox and the PS3, which I think is a good move, actually. And yeah, but I'm still very worried about it. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. This is basically either going to be a huge success or a complete failure. Personally, I don't see how it can be anywhere in the middle. This is either going to be the next biggest thing that Nintendo's ever done, or probably one of the biggest flops that they've ever had. I'm worried about it, really. This next question comes from Mario Stankovic. Do you like the beat-em-up genre? If so, what's your favorite beat-em-up game? I do love the beat-em-up genre. In fact, my favorite beat-em-up game, it's actually a tie between two. Final Fight and Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. For different reasons. Final Fight is really a very classic beat-em-up in terms of the game genre, and it actually holds nostalgic value for me. When I was visiting Honduras when I was a kid, they had that game, Final Fight, in the arcades, and my aunt and myself would play it all the time. She would play as Cody, I would play as Mike Hagar, because I love the big guys. I love Zangief when I played Street Fighter as a kid as well, but that's beside the point. And Scott Pilgrim, it's one of my favorites, at least in terms of today, because now that I'm older, I can definitely see the kind of humor that it presents, the controls, the presentation, the art style, everything about that game was really spot on. I guess the level system could have been a little bit improved, but other than that, Scott Pilgrim is a fantastic beat-em-up, and so is Final Fight, so yes, I do love the beat-em-up genre. Alright, this next question comes from Evil Etc. What are your 3 most hated characters? Oh, that's a good question. Okay, I guess the first one that comes to mind right now is Birdo from the Mario series. I hate Birdo. She really disturbs me. I can say that much. Like, I know a lot of people hate Toad, but I cannot stand Birdo. Another one would definitely be Jasper Bat Jr. Oh man, that guy's I can punch that guy in the face, I hate him so much. But he'd probably kill me afterwards. But yeah, Jasper Bat Jr. is another character I really hate. And though I have not played the game, I really hate Porky Minch from Mother 3. I haven't played the game myself, but I've seen a Let's Play of Mother 3, and I pretty much know the whole story. And yeah, Porky is such a dick. I'm gonna say it that way. He is... My god. Like, people are complaining that Lucas has so many emotional problems. He's the cause! For Pete's sake, blame Porky. But, yeah. That's really just off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there are a lot of other characters that I hate. I'm most likely gonna do a list of it later. Alright, this next question comes from Smash Bros. 2009. Do you think that the current state with tablet and smartphones will damage the dedicated handheld market, or is it just nonsense? Yeah, I can see where you're going with this, because a lot of people can play their retro games on like a cell phone or things like that. Personally, I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference, because while tablets and smartphones and things like that do provide maybe something from back in the day, handheld consoles these days truly offer something that is true to today's standards. I mean, you're not going to be able to get a smartphone and play Kid Icarus Uprising on there, or like pick up a like tablet or something and be able to play Marvel vs. Capcom 3. No, like I can see why that would be a concern, but personally, I don't think it's going to be an issue at all. All right, this next question comes from Retarded Scraggy. What is your favorite guilty pleasure game? Interesting question. I guess the closest thing I can think of to a guilty pleasure game would be Bayonetta, because I will say the game Bayonetta is freaking amazing. Like, it pretty much is a bit of a parody or a satire to Devil May Cry, because the gameplay and the style is exactly the same. But yeah, I will admit, I do have sort of a... I guess it could be considered a guilty pleasure for me, because let's face it, Bayonetta is freaking hot, and the subject matter of the game, good lord, you cannot look at that and not be at least a little bit, how do you say, aroused. Don't get me wrong, I'm not like a robophiliac here or anything like that, far from it. But yeah, like, there's more than the reason of awesome gameplay or great music or, like, you know, just being able to enjoy a game. There's a little bit more of a reason that I play Bayonetta. I guess that would be considered a guilty pleasure game, in my opinion. Alright, this next question comes from Mew Mew Densetsu. What's your favorite and least favorite Final Fantasy game? Huh. Okay, well, my favorite Final Fantasy game is easy. That would be Final Fantasy VI. Pretty much everything about that game is practically flawless. The characters, the storyline, the gameplay, the villain. I already exploited that in one of my lists here, guys. But, geez, that game is spectacular. As for my least favorites, that's a tougher one. But if I had to go with my least favorite Final Fantasy game, I'd probably go with Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do think Final Fantasy VIII is a good game. And the reason I don't say, like, maybe Final Fantasy XI or Final Fantasy XIV is because I haven't played them personally, so I can't really have an opinion. But Final Fantasy VIII I have played, and I gotta say, it is definitely weaker than all the other entries in the series. At least in a non-spin-off collection. So yeah, I would say Final Fantasy VIII. Alright, this next question comes from Indignation Master. What's your favorite pizza topping? A lot of you people are probably expecting pepperoni, right? No, my favorite is actually sausage. Really love the texture, really love the taste, and it goes really good with pizza, I gotta say. But, yeah, that's a pretty simple answer. Alright, this next question comes from DarkLord99100. What do you think of Deadpool?
I get to cover the next Street Fighter for this, right, Capcom? Right? I just beat Matt freaking Nito! Where your curly mustache at? Check me out! I'm the ghost of Christmas. Kick your ass! Oh yeah! Ha! Huh! Yes! Yes! Bring it! Oh, wrong way. How far in your face? Feel the love of the hyper combo! And it's a home run!
God, I love that guy. Alright, next question comes from Monster Discord. Do you like dubstep? If not, what's your favorite music genre? Yeah, I don't like dubstep at all. Like, I can see why other people would like it. Me personally, I dislike it with a passion. I just can't get into it, and it sounds just completely ridiculous and stupid to me. I mean, maybe some of you are gonna hate me for that, and I know there are video game dubsteps out there, but personally, I just don't like it at all. My favorite my favorite music genre is actually jazz music. I love jazz music. And needless to say, when I played Donkey Kong Country recently and I heard the Sunset Shore theme, you can bet I was very happy. So yeah, there's your answer. Alright, this next question comes from The Cool Vortex. Have you considered joining the Chaos Theater? Well, yes, actually. I mean, I did sign up for the forums, but as like maybe an active member of the Chaos Theater, I guess I gotta talk with the other guys about that, or like those who are involved with the Chaos Theater. Yeah, I really would like to join the Chaos Theater personally, because, you know, those guys are awesome, and I know a few of the guys who are already members of that group. So yes, I have considered it, and I am planning on it. Alright, this next question comes from Big Foxy. If you made a video game, what would it be about? That's interesting, because I was actually discussing something with my friends John and Nick earlier. We were actually planning an MMORPG called Dabble, which is basically, there would be like a bunch of simple classes, and once you get to a certain level, you would combine with another class, like maybe a swordsman, and a swordsman would make a swordmaster, or if you combine a swordsman and maybe, or how about a better example, an axeman and a lanceman, you get a halberdier. You get maybe a dark mage and a mage, you get a wizard. You know, something like that, really. I mean, it would be an MMORPG, and I actually made a bunch of art, a bunch of drawings of stick figures with the different classes. It actually came out pretty cool, but we haven't actually talked about that in a while. I should bring it up with them next time I see them, so thanks for reminding me. Alright, this next question comes from the El Chapu thingy. That's an interesting name. What's your favorite superhero? That would be Batman. Big time Batman. I'm a huge Batman fan, as I may have mentioned before. But yeah, like Batman, what appeals to me about Batman is that he stands up with all of the other superheroes like Wonder Woman, Superman, The Flash, and he's completely human. That's what I really like about Batman, and the whole story behind him, and the dark aura that you get at, like the dark and very courageous aura that you get out of a character like Batman is really appealing. So yes, that would definitely be my favorite superhero. Alright, we're getting down to the last question, and this one is from Loyalist Viral, Fuchu, Hi Naruto 14, and Zelda Master 785. What's your favorite gaming genre? I was wondering when this question was actually going to come up, but my favorite gaming genre is definitely action-adventure, which is why I love the Legend of Zelda games, the Mario games, basically most of what Nintendo has done. And I would say Metroid falls under that category as well. Like, I know they coined the term first-person adventure, but that would be the case. And, aside from that, if you're going to go into other games, like, I really love the Jak and Daxter series, as well as Crash Bandicoot, you know, games like that, that would definitely be my favorite gaming genre. Alright, so that does it for this episode. Once again, guys, if you want to ask me any questions, click on the link in the video description and you can ask your questions there. I'll be back next time with 15 more questions. Until then, see you guys then.